Imagine a golden retriever running to the exact same bus stop every single morning, rain or shine. But here's the heartbreaking part. The little boy he was waiting for never came back. It's a situation that ended up making an entire town cry. Welcome to today's Explainer, guys. We're going to be looking at this incredibly moving story of devotion, loss, and that really profound silent understanding between humans and animals. It's not just a story about a pet. We're talking about how grief and love are actually processed. So let's dive into the incredible journey of a dog named Buddy.
So why did he wait? I mean, it seems like a pretty simple question on the surface, right? But I really want you to keep this in the back of your mind as we go through this explainer today. We constantly see animals displaying these seemingly repetitive behaviors, but what's actually driving them? I'm inviting you to dive into this mystery with me. Let's look past the daily routine and try to understand the deep emotional anchor that was literally holding Buddy to that specific spot on the pavement.
Part 1. The Daily Routine. A Clockwork Loyalty.
At exactly 7:30 every single morning, Buddy, the sweet golden retriever, sat at the neighborhood bus stop. And I mean exactly 7:30, not 7:15, not 7:45. This wasn't just some casual morning stroll or a dog, just wandering around the streets. No, this was an appointment. It was a strict, self-imposed duty. And honestly, it shows us right out of the gate that there was a highly specific purpose to him being there.
Naturally, the neighborhood grew totally accustomed to this routine. People walking by would smile, give him a little pat on the head, and walk away. It just became this normal, everyday part of their morning commute. But Buddy? He never moved. He just sat there, staring down the road, waiting. Think about it. While the rest of the world was in constant motion, people rushing to work, going about their busy lives, Buddy was completely static. He was anchored by this singular expectation. He wasn't there to get pets or attention. His eyes were completely fixed down that road, looking for something, or rather someone, very specific.
Part 2. The Missing Boy. A Sudden Loss.
8. That was the age of Buddy's absolute best friend, a little boy named Ethan. I want you to really think about the bond between a dog and an 8-year-old child. It's a whole universe of running around in the yard, secret handshakes, sharing snacks under the table, and just pure, absolute companionship. Ethan was literally Buddy's entire world.
But, tragically, months earlier, Ethan left home in an ambulance after a very sudden illness, and he never returned. This is the crucial point here, guys. It's the sheer abruptness of this loss. There was no goodbye, there was absolutely no closure for a golden retriever who only knows that his boy left in a loud, flashing vehicle one day and just never came back through the front door.
Wait for Ethan. That simple phrase captures the absolute essence of Buddy's reality. You see, a dog doesn't understand the complex, permanent situation of a sudden illness and an ambulance ride. They just don't have the capacity to process medical emergencies or the permanence of passing away in the way we humans do. Buddy only remembered this one core directive. His boy took the bus, therefore you wait at the bus stop for his return. It is a heartbreakingly simple logic, driven 100% by love.
Part 3. Waiting through the seasons. An enduring loyalty. Through the rain, through the snow, and through the absolutely freezing mornings. The whole world around Buddy changed. The leaves fell, the temperature plummeted, the harsh realities of the weather completely set in. But Buddy, he still waited every single day. This isn't just about meteorology, folks. It is a massive testament to endurance. It shows us that his loyalty wasn't just fair weather, it was absolute. The physical discomfort of those freezing mornings was completely secondary to his main mission, which was waiting for Ethan.
This is where human compassion really enters the story. First, neighbors noticed Buddy sitting there at the bus stop. Then, they started leaving him little bits of food. Eventually, they brought him a warm blanket. Pretty soon, literally everyone in town knew the story of the loyal dog at the bus stop. And what started as just passive observation, just patting him on the head, transformed into active care. The community couldn't fix the underlying tragedy, of course, but their empathy grew step by step as they recognized the immense depth of this dog's grief and loyalty. They basically formed this silent support system right around him.
Part 4. A Whisper of Peace. The Emotional Climax.
So one afternoon, a woman walking home stopped beside Buddy. And here is a deeply profound detail. She had actually lost her own son years ago. This wasn't just a neighbor dropping off some kibble. This was two grieving souls crossing paths on a sidewalk. The woman recognized something in Buddy that no one else truly could. She saw that invisible, incredibly heavy weight of waiting for a child who is never coming home.
She knelt down right beside him and quietly whispered, He's proud of you. You can go home now. Just let the incredible weight of that whisper land for a second. It is an act of just absolute grace. She finally gave Buddy the permission to let go. She communicated with him not just with words, but with this profound emotional frequency of shared loss. She validated his incredible loyalty while gently releasing him from that agonizing daily duty.
She knelt down. She hugged him. Buddy gently rested his head on her shoulder. And then, for the first time in months, he stood up. All that tension, the endless waiting, the rigid posture at the bus stop, it finally broke. Resting his head on her shoulder was this incredible physical surrender to the comfort he so desperately needed. And standing up, that wasn't just him moving his legs. It was him finally moving forward.
Part 5. Love Finds a Way. The Aftermath. Instead of waiting endlessly at the bus stop, frozen in grief, the very next morning, Buddy was actually playing joyfully at Ethan's favorite park, right where children laughed, played, and hugged him. This just beautifully illustrates the healing process. He literally took all that love he was holding onto at the bus stop and brought it to a place completely filled with joy and life, Ethan's favorite place.
Sometimes love doesn't disappear. It simply finds a new family. Buddy's love for Ethan didn't just vanish into thin air because he stopped waiting at the bus stop. Instead, it transformed. The children at the park who hugged and played with him became the new recipients of his vast, unending affection. It is such a powerful reminder for any of us that the love we have for those we've lost doesn't just expire. It can be totally redirected to bring warmth to new places.
I want to leave you guys with a final thought from our source material today. If Buddy touched your heart, share this story with someone who believes dogs never stop loving. It really begs a much deeper question for all of us. If a dog can hold on to love and grief with this much profound clarity, what else are animals silently experiencing that we just fail to notice?